Welcome to your Magic Moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. The Sun and Moon are in Leo, and this Sun and Moon conjunction in Leo is happening opposite Pluto in Aquarius. 6 months ago, January 21st, 2025, we had the first Sun Pluto conjunction in Aquarius in over 248 years. 2 weeks ago, we had the Moon conjunct Pluto ever since it entered Aquarius in 2-week intervals, every 28 days. So not only do we have a 6-month 180-degree opposition to Pluto, but we have a 2-week opposition of the Moon to Pluto. Both of those oppositions with the Sun and Moon are making a conjunction. So this now makes the activation of the Sun and Moon a 180-degree breakthrough. I haven't seen a plane like that before. That's pretty. That being said, guys, this is what makes us activate supernatural breakthrough. Taurus is natural energy. Leo is solar energy. Happy Leo season. Happy birthday, Leo. Solar energy that's charged like solar panels and invigorates your heart and passion. And then Scorpio is pure nuclear energy. Pure energy, wisdom. It's a deeper psychological form of strength. Taurus is natural physical strength. Think The Rock. Leo and Scorpio are super strengths. This is superpower. Passionate super strength is Leo. Psychological super strength that has pain tolerance and can go through the most mind-breaking of circumstances is a Scorpio quality. And then you have high nobility of Aquarius, the final energy, supernatural energy, cosmic energy, causal realm energy. All right, Aquarius is out of this world. Relative to Capricorn and Saturn representing the material totality or material totality of the universe. And this is where now with Aquarius, the opposition that we're having with Leo is breaking through. Welcome to the boss battle that will pretty much bring you into the next round of the Hunger Games, albeit they were like Hunger Games Part 2. Let's just do Squid Games. It's going to be a lot more merciless. The first round of the Hunger Games was, I know this sounds really crazy for me to just say casually, but within the week, you'll see exactly what I mean. And a lot of you aren't stupid, so you've been peeping how this has been setting up. I'm not trying to say this as like a conspiracy or anything. It's just a creative way to interpret this. This is my personal interpretation. Every interpretation I say with these messages, edit, take as your own. You don't have to agree with it. You can literally transform it. You could come up with your own interpretation. I don't want you to think that, oh, the Peace Dealer said it, so this is exactly what happens. I'm giving you my Gemini perspective. That being said, okay, 2008 to 2024 was the first round of the Hunger Games. 2024 to 2044 is the second round. It's a lot more intense. The second round of this Hunger Games involves Saturn going through Aries, restarting and reinitiating a karmic cycle. Everyone who was born in 1995, 1996, 1997, they're coming of age and returning over the next 2 years. If you were born 1971 or maybe like 1964-ish, around that period, this is your next go around. Other than that, guys, shit's getting very serious. We're breaking through into ordering the new world mechanics, breaking into a new society at the end of the decade. And a lot of this makes everything you're doing revolutionary because you're reimagining and stepping into the integrity of who this character is in this new age. Aries season, we activated who that is. Next year in 2026, we're going to have the Sun-Neptune conjunction in Aries. That's going to be like signing a brand new contract for a brand new season series. Last year or this year, we had the Sun-Saturn Pisces, which was you finalizing a contract of a previous season series. You're a free agent this year. Taurus, we now manifested the unconventional value with the peak Uranus conjunction to really innovate this level of confidence and self-esteem, especially now in a cryptocurrency age that's going to really birth so much more millionaires and billionaires relative to the raising value of stocks and countries all over the world that will increase their liquidity. Gemini now has Uranus in there, and this is taking who you are in Aries, what you're worth in Taurus. It communicated it. It set a brand new mindset with Jupiter that has expanded your mindset since 2012, and now we'll apply this evolution towards Jupiter in Cancer that's going to take this mindset and expand what you feel, a deeper understanding of who you are, more rich emotions, more powerful psychic ability. These 4 facets, the first 4 elements, fire, earth, water, and air. Fire, earth, air, and water. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer are the 4 ingredients with which now the next 4 social signs, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, the superpowers, you're integrating who you are individually, socially. Wonderful time to be outside, socialize, get to know new people. Does you being social really dependent on what zodiac sign it is? You could be social whenever you want, but there's just more bonus points, stat bonus. It is literally the season. All right. And this is going to take what you have already activated and we're integrating. It's going to lead us to Virgo season, where we now put all of this together over the next week. Coming into the next 2 weeks of the full moon, Mars is going to go into Libra, Venus is going to go into Cancer. So as opposed to this new moon, we are activating energy, solar energy. And because we're breaking through Pluto for the first time in 248 years, relative to, centuries worth of just developing your DNA lineage, and also, the experience as we are all one collective body, is going to be applying a supernatural quality to what you are experiencing. The best way I can give you an example of this is to just assume everything moving forward will be increasingly more sci-fi and increasingly more fantasy, as the scientific literature and the research institutions that make up every theoretical model we've ever had in the universe is going to innovate itself. It's going to update itself with a budding new generation who's going to also bring in their own expertise and research to now further advance these fields, as is the process and nature of science and has always been advanced with new technology. And I'm not saying anything you don't know. I'm just kind of recapping what has kind of been established and why moving forward you're debuting in this new season series plot. As a free agent, you're going to be looked at over the next 90 days so that you can be given a contract coming into 2026 relative to whether you decide to go fully independent or work with a new corporation, company, management. It really is what it is. The most important thing you have to do is have fun, because Aries is your power, Taurus is your quality, Gemini is your skills, Cancer is the where you're from, your roots, and Leo is the talent on stage when I perform, and I have to take these 4 facets of myself and convey that creatively with courage and not like a coward, because I'm on stage. I can't be like, hey, can you guys hear me? It's, what's up? How you doing? My bad. So with that being said, you're activating new talents. These new talents you activate when we get into Virgo season, you will master through mad repetition and practice. So with Mars in Virgo on the South Node right now, it's very interesting that the Hulk Hogan has a moon in Virgo and a sun in Leo. And as Leo rules the heart, him dying of cardiac arrest is so symbolic, it's not even funny. And I want you to look beyond just these people and see that Ozzy and Hulk Hogan and of course Malcolm Jamal Warner, obviously it's not uncommon for people to die. I think when multiple people die, we make it more of it to mean more than what it means. But know that death does come in threes, and for this to happen right before the opposition is really letting you know what are the ages of these people, and think of the new souls that are coming in to represent a new consciousness, and to just kind of look at that symbolically as the end of an old era. And you will see more legacy acts die. You will see a lot more people pass. You will see a lot more people transform, and a lot of this is going to happen so fucking quickly because Uranus is in Gemini. Let's talk about Uranus in Gemini. This new moon in Leo is trying Saturn and Neptune, and it's making a 60-degree angle to Uranus, newly in Gemini. Uranus, which is fully innovating the brain processing, output, and input of your own mind's ability to discern what experiences are going to have you channel relative to Uranus going through Taurus, getting the grounded circuit board updated and innovated. So now the electricity and the voltage that generates through the resistance ohm factor and to produce voltage through the current is going to really be a whole new experience for you. You're a lot more unhinged. You're a lot more crazy. And that's where the Uranus trine to Pluto and Aquarius provides this supernatural, advanced, celestial awakening towards this innovation of your brain, with Saturn and Neptune in between, structuring the integrity of character so that you're actually standing on a base with which to express these unconventional ideas that in Leo will be strengthened and courageous. Meaning, ever since Uranus was in Gemini, you have been coming up with more revolutionary versions of the ideas you've been cultivating for the past decade, and now you're going to have more of the heart to perform it, to express it, and that comes with supernatural talents, existing abilities and skills you've been developing that are enhanced on levels you didn't know were possible, and new latent powers that you didn't really know you had that, boom, just like that, are starting to break through. This is a boss battle sequence. The last boss battle sequence we had when Pluto was in Aquarius or Capricorn during 2008 to 2024, the first round of the Hunger Games, the boss battles were in power cardinal signs. There were attacks on our character. Sun in Cancer, opposite Pluto and Capricorn, all right, which really represented this awakening and exposure of the corruption of government structures, authorities, collectives, relative to your individuality in the home, right? We were socially distancing towards the end of it. A lot of people were having to be home. A lot of people were having to face their own sincere, direction relative to the collective mandates that challenged you, right? This is now on a whole nother level. We're not dealing with just power. Now that we've defined our character, it's time to now really challenge the courage and the energy of this. We're moving really more from power revolution to energy revolution, which is why we're going to see some of the most significant energy revolutions over the rest of the decade and coming into the next decade. But that being said, this is a Leo battle now. This is all heart. This is all courage. We're no longer the Cancer opposition to Cancer where it's just you. Now that you've taken this definition, it's time to connect with the social world around you. It's time to actually really creatively express against this Pluto Aquarian collective consciousness, the pressure, the undeniable pressure that will intensify against the collective conscious or unconscious that wants to trap you in guilt or shame manipulation, or at least connect with those in an extreme level who know and see and recognize you so that you could perform to this crowd. All right. And that's what's going to really add more of a unique knowing relative to what you're performing. But yeah, for those of you feeling that plutonium pressure, this is just the beginning. It's going to exponentially intensify moving forward. Every year for the next 19 years, we're going to have this 90-day boss battle cycle. And this is the first one. By October 24th, we'll have 1 degree Scorpio Sun square, 1 degree Pluto in Aquarius. We will have completed this first year of the boss battle cycle. This is 90 days of breakthrough and harvest. You're either going to break down and fold, or you're going to break through. Break through, okay? Really? Just don't give up. The first couple of years is just to get your footing and to adjust to this level of intensity. So don't beat yourself up if you're really kind of feeling it. That's a good sign. You're growing, you're evolving, and there's going to be a fiercer, sharper side of you that you've always had that through this pressure is going to define itself and break itself through. Now, the quality of energetics, the level of energy, the level of charisma, the level of focus that you're going to have moving forward, it's going to very sharply shift, and make sure that you're not squandering this energy, but you're just fueling it towards your creative efforts. I think with this new moon in Leo, any type of activity or focus on what's fun, on what's creative to you, will guide you towards this first transit with the Mercury retrograde, reevaluating what you find fun so that you can find your outlet and you can activate this core source energy. Then the moon's going to go into Virgo in a couple of days. We're going to start to manifest the grounded behavioral analytical understanding of how what we're manifesting is forming so that we can actually gain a perspective about it. Then it'll go into Libra and we'll direct it. So yeah, we're here. You're going to hear some maniacal, crazy, wild shit on the news over the next couple of days. Relax. Remember why you're here. And get ready to kick ass and take names. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace. Remember who you are. It's time to perform that.